yeah, our next one will be focusing on as an LGBTQ plus, and I also have to work on that too. I'm not sure exactly where the acronym is now, but like the journey being Filipino and then coming out into the world and how that is as a Filipino, as an individual in their culture.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, I can't. Like again, it's we're also paradox when it comes to that, right? Like
Hmm.
we're a culture that celebrates like drag. You
Hmm.
see it like one of our moms is Vice Ganda.
Hmm.
She's part of the community, I think, anyways, right?
Yes.
Um, but like historically, we've always celebrated drag culture, but
Mhm.
somehow when people move to Canada, that changes for some reason. So
Mhm.
like these things have always been sort of normalized in our culture, but so also somehow taboo. So like
Mhm.
it's a paradox, right? And it's like
Yes.
that's why I can't even understand. I can't even begin to think
Mhm.
about how confusing it must be as a youth that's Filipino from back home coming out because it's like you see that it's accepted in so well sorry you see that it's accepted in the public square, but then to maybe start feeling nervous when you want to come out, I can't even imagine what that is.
And I think it's important also, like, to have these platforms and then for all of us, like you said, to, build up each other and to know that we're there for each other.
Yeah, I mean we've always been a collective group as Filipinos, right? So I mean like it always stands to reason that we keep that. It's still there. Like we've had three colonial masters, four arguably, and yet we still are a collective group. We still celebrate as a group. We still celebrate. Find any reason to celebrate.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's like if we find any reason to celebrate, and if we can party as a collective, and that hasn't been stabbed, then it stands to reason that we as a collective ethnicity can also stand to like support each other, and like it only makes sense to help each other, and like the
Mhm.
world's a huge place. All of us can eat. Like,
Yes. And see, that's the thing. When I spoke specifically about collaboration and bringing each other up and different organizations, like Edmonton is a small place comparatively,
yeah, yeah,
it's a young place. And so, like, we end up all learning and knowing about each other. When I spoke about it with like the older community, uh, you know, like our elders, my parents, my dad specifically, he just said before that they weren't collaborative like in their generation. It was all about like all these different communities starting their own little communities and staying within them and
yeah.
not supporting each other. Um, but I mean, it's become very evident to me speaking to you, speaking to like, owners of Yellowed, speaking to Kui Ariel, that like our generation seems to finally be open to coming together and moving forward as one people and supporting each other and all of our different skills and what we can bring to the table finally, um, for each other. And I think it's pretty amazing.
I mean, I think so too. Like I said, like, um, I think the best thing that was said during pop was that we are not a monolithic experience. And that's true. And that like every Filipino meet almost will not be the same twice. And so
Mhm.
I think that is also what needs to be celebrated, our uniqueness.
Yeah, I totally agree.